$1 billion.
Say it slowly. $1 billion. That's 1,000 millions. That's a million thousands. That's enough to buy approximately 4 million Chipotle burritos. This is the story of how one completely average, broke, slightly confused person got there. Spoiler, it was not pretty. Spoiler 2, it involved a lot of Chipotle. Level 1, dead broke. You are 23 years old. You have a college degree you paid $60,000 for, and it is currently being used as a coaster for your off-brand instant coffee. Your career plan is this: figure it out. Your savings account sends you a notification every single morning, not because something good happened, just to remind you it exists. Just to remind you it's still $4.37. You eat ramen, not because you like ramen, because ramen is 29 cents and you are very good at math. You tell people you're an entrepreneur. You have not yet done anything entrepreneurial, but the title is free, so... Level 2, the idea. You have an idea. It comes to you at 2 in the morning, which is when all truly great and truly terrible ideas arrive, and you won't know which one this is for approximately 3 years. The idea? An app. Obviously an app. Every billion-dollar story starts with an app or a garage. You don't have a garage, so app it is. This app will solve a problem, a real problem that real people have. You are very sure of this. You explain it to your roommate. He says, and I quote, "Bro, isn't that just Uber but for groceries?" You say, "It's completely different." You do not explain how, because you are still figuring that part out. Level 3, the pitch. You need money. You do not have money. You must convince someone who has money to give it to someone, you, who does not have money. This is called venture capital. It is, psychologically, applying for a job where the interviewer can also just completely end your dream with one sentence. You pitch to 14 investors. Investor 1 asks, "What's your moat?" You do not know what a moat is in this context. You describe a literal moat. He does not call back. Investor 7 falls asleep. You keep going because you came this far and you already paid for parking. Investor 12 says, "I love the vision, but the market isn't ready," which means, "No, but I want to seem wise." Investor 15 says yes, $150,000. Seed funding. You shake hands. You walk to your car. You sit down. You scream for 11 seconds, quietly, professionally, into your steering wheel. Level 4, the grind. Nobody films this part. Nobody posts about this part. The motivational accounts skip this part and go straight to the yacht. This part is 16-hour days, bugs in the code that make no sense. Your first 2 employees quit in the same week. Your co-founder wants to pivot to crypto. You tell him no. He pivots to a different startup. You eat a sad birthday cupcake alone in the office at 11 p.m. because you forgot it was your birthday. Your mom calls every Sunday to ask when you're getting a real job. You tell her this is a real job. She sends you LinkedIn job listings anyway. Every Sunday, without fail, like clockwork. She means well. You lose $40,000 in 3 months. You launch anyway, because at this point you are too tired to quit and too stubborn to fail. Level 5, first sign of life. Something small happens. Not $1 billion, not even 1 million. 1,000 people use your app in 1 week. Real people, people you do not know. People who found you on their own and decided, yes, this is useful. You check the analytics at 6 a.m., then 6:05, then 6:07. Your team of 4 people stands around a laptop watching a number go up like it's a sports game. It is, in every way that matters, a sports game. One of your engineers cries a little. You pretend not to notice. You are also crying a little. Everyone is a little bit crying. This is the startup experience. Level 6, Series A, you're real now. You raise a Series A, $5 million. You move into a real office with a real address and a neon sign on the wall that says "Move fast and break things," which you put up because every startup does, and you took it down 3 weeks later because your servers literally broke and it felt like a threat. You hire 30 people. 30 people who have health insurance because of decisions you make before your first coffee. You start having thoughts like, I am responsible for 30 families, usually at 3 a.m., usually while staring at the ceiling, usually while wondering if you're actually qualified to do any of this. You are not sleeping great. The weighted blanket helps. Slightly. Level 7, the wall. You hit a wall. Not a fun wall, not a motivational poster wall, an actual wall where growth slows, a competitor launches something better, and 3 investors who believed in you start asking hard questions in a very polite tone that is not actually polite. You almost sell the company. Twice. The second time, you get to the contract, you read it, you close your laptop. Because somewhere between the ramen and the $150,000 check and the crying engineers and your mom's LinkedIn messages, this stopped being a startup. It became yours. Actually, completely, embarrassingly yours, and you are not ready to let someone else have it. Level 8, the breakthrough. You make one change, one small, specific, unglamorous change to how the product works, and something clicks. User growth triples in 60 days. A TechCrunch article calls you one to watch, which in tech media means we were not watching before, but we are now because the numbers got interesting. Suddenly, everyone wants a meeting. The same investors who said the market isn't ready are now emailing you directly. No assistance, direct. Subject line, catching up? They want to catch up. You were never behind. You were just early. There is a difference. You are going to enjoy explaining that difference. Level 9, the number. A firm values your company at $1 billion. $1 billion. The same amount of money that is completely impossible to visualize unless you think about Chipotle burritos, which, 4 million, by the way, we did the math in the intro. Everyone in the room is celebrating. Your CFO is crying. Your lawyer, who charges $900 an hour and has the emotional range of a spreadsheet, is also crying. You sit there reading the number, and the only thing that feels real, is a Tuesday night 5 years ago. Ramen on the stove, $4.37 in your account, a napkin full of terrible ideas, and one question: what if? Level 10, the truth. Everyone asks the same question now. What's the secret? And you always give the same answer that always disappoints them. There is no secret. There was just someone who had a bad idea they refused to stop improving, who got told no so many times that yes started to sound like a foreign language, but kept learning the vocabulary anyway, who lost money and sleep and a co-founder and one very important client on a very bad Wednesday and showed up Thursday anyway. The gap between $4.37 and $1 billion is not genius. It's not connections, though they help. It's not timing, though timing matters. It's just the decision made over and over. Every ramen night, every 3 a.m. ceiling stare, every polite no from a guy who absolutely should have said yes. The decision to keep going one more day. That decision, compounded for years. Turns out that's what $1 billion looks like. Also the Chipotle thing, 4 million burritos. That part's real. That part genuinely helps when nothing else makes sense.